waves. I have some breaking news for those of you that are here with me tonight. I hope all is well. I'm pretty sure you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. This is an official funeral, or so that's what they tell us. This is an official, privately held funeral for Stephen Twitch Boss. We're going to get into this. You will see why I have the title of this live stream structured the way that it is. We'll get into it, as I mentioned, in just a second. I'll give you all a chance to come in here and also say what's up. Let me know what you think, all of that good stuff. For those of you that are here, if you could kindly subscribe, hit the notification bell, check out my membership section. And also, if you would like to book an appointment with me, feel free to do so by either following the instructions here in the description box of this live stream, every live stream and every video that I have up, or simply go to brainwaves.com. This is some information, you all. This is some information, and it's more to it than what it looks like. So if you're here, let me know. Feel free to say hello to me in the chat. Also, for anyone new, if you would like to actually participate, you can say what you would like to say, share your opinions or anything like that here on video camera, or we can just hear your voice if you choose to. Hey, what's going on, Tosh 911? What's up, Josh Star? Oh yeah, this one's gonna be a doozy. It's a doozy. As corny as that sounds, it's definitely a doozy. Again, I'm not gonna wait too long, but I'm gonna give you all this a few more minutes to come up in this thing. What's going on, Tiff? I know some of y'all seeing this like, wait, what? Wait, what? Yeah, we're gonna crack this thing wide open. There's a lot going on while we are waiting for a couple more people to come in here. I do have another live stream that I'm going to immediately do. You should already see it on my channel. I will talk about Ken Block, and I'm going to talk about Jeremy Renner. All right, so stay tuned. For those of you that are here, we're gonna roll right into it. All right. Hey, what's going on, Rihanna and Rose? All right, we didn't hit the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. We're about to crack this thing wide smack open. 2-minute warning. See, you know what, Josh Star, you already letting me roll into it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll into it. For those that join us, hey, it is what it is. I don't know if you all have a chance to take a look at the screen, if you can, if you're not driving or anything. But you see what Josh Star just said. She said they only had a funeral basically because I mentioned it. Yes, Tosh 911, they are supposedly finally having his funeral. What's up, Norma? And what's going on with Fia Creations? They are supposedly, officially having his funeral. Now, I want to say this. The people that I'm already having a communication and dialogue with here in this live stream, you already know this information. But for anyone joining me right now and you see this, or you come back and you watch this live stream that becomes a video, many of you prior to today, okay? And what is today? January the 4th, 2023. All right, I have to specify this. Many of you have seen a ton of videos talking about funeral here. I've seen faces of Twitch on Rolls Royces, which are fake. I've seen them photoshopping and editing, like showing a casket and showing like a body in it and showing like fake people around, all types of stuff. All of those funeral footage, videos, thumbnails, all that was fake. It was nothing but clickbait. And I've talked about this in my previous live streams. You'll know it's clickbait because if it doesn't hit any official media outlet, especially TMZ, y'all know TMZ, it's like TMZ is the one media outlet to just officially report everything. It's like TMZ gets it before all the other news and media outlets. I don't know what's going on with that. That's another conversation. I'm gonna have to do a stream just on TMZ. But the point that I'm making is, if it's somewhat official, it would hit all media outlets. If there were any footage, it would also be shown. You see what I'm saying? So we have the official announcement. I'm going to show you all, as I always do. I'm going to leave this comment up that Josh Starr said about they only had a funeral because I mentioned it. Remember, I was one of the only, I'm not the only, but one of the top content creators, top influencers to press Allison Holker, to press Miss Connie, to press them, press the so-called secret organization, press Ellen DeGeneres about where's the body? How come we haven't had a funeral? I'm going to play something, but I need to remind you all, for those of you that may have forgotten, because it's easy to forget after all this time, and that's what they want you to do. They want you, one, to forget about Stephen Twitch Boss, and then two, they definitely want you to forget about the details. Okay? For those of you that don't know, we're going to say that, and before we get started, anyone new joining me, we're going to use the word delete instead of saying suicide. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, or self, or the M word, anything related to death, essentially. We're going to use delete, off, past, similar to that, okay? I just want to go ahead and get that disclaimer out here because y'all know how the YouTube algorithms be freaking out. Now, whether it was December 13th or December 14th, we may truly never actually know. It's just whatever they're telling us, okay? That's all we can go off of, what they're telling us, what they're choosing to show us. But let's say if it was December the 13th, the coroner said that they released the body to the family, the body being Stephen Twitch Boss. So he was released at least 2 days later. Okay, I can go back and show you all this. I want to compile and put this together. Okay, we're gonna back up. Okay, and whether it was the 13th of December 2022 or the 14th, okay, of December 22, 2 days later still puts us either at the 15th or the 16th of December. Today's January 4th. Okay, I'm going to put something on the screen here. All right, y'all know I bear facts and figures and as much evidence as I possibly can. Okay, so let's put this on the screen. I want you all to see this, that I'm not making this up, because many people clickbait and make things up. I don't do that. So you see, let me go back here, see if it shows a date. Okay, it says Stephen Twitch Boss, or Boss's body, was released 2 days. Y'all see this? 2 days after deleting himself. We're not going to say anything related to that I just highlighted. We're going to say deleted or off. Now, you see that this was published by Whitney Vasquez December the 15th. Okay, at 10:31 p.m. This is what I was saying. So either on December the 15th or December the 16th, the body was released. Okay, just gonna go ahead and read the article. It says Stephen Twitch Boss's family is one step closer to closure. Now, keep in mind, remember, let's go rewind first and why I'm talking about this funeral today. The whole argument, the whole claim on Allison Holker, Stephen Twitch Boss's wife, social media was like, oh, give me privacy, give me privacy. It was this big push on privacy. But I've explained in previous videos how if you really want someone to have closure and to move forward, you have to officially bury the body, cremate the body. You've got to move forward with that funeral service or some type of service, because as long as that's outstanding, no one can actually move forward and get past that first step. Okay, this is just how the process works. Okay, it doesn't matter who it is. this is how the process works. If you leave that part outstanding, then that person cannot actually grieve and get closure. So I'm saying this for a reason. When everyone's like, "Oh, I'm grieving, I'm grieving, I'm grieving. I need closure. Leave me alone so I can get over this." The body was released, okay? And mind you, you generally have help. You have family help. If you work for a company, they generally help you. Whoever, people come through and they help and assist you with the process of any funeral arrangements. Okay, it's not like you have to do it all on your own, especially in the situation of Stephen Twitch boss. Okay, remember, we're not talking about an average Joe, an average Jane here. We're talking about a celebrity that was very liked by a lot of people that had money, had power, had resources. Okay, whether you consider him an A-list celebrity, F-list, H-list, I don't care, Z-list, he still had access to things to facilitate this process, as well as Allison. Okay, so they're supposed to be one step closer to closure, right? They confirmed that the 40-year-old star's body was released. This has been confirmed, and I showed you all this before. On Thursday, 2 days after he shockingly deleted himself, and more than 24 hours after his autopsy was completed. So again, the coroners did what they needed to do. The autopsy was done. They took a look at this. Okay, I'm saying this because I'm establishing something here. The body had been done by, let's just say, the 16th. Okay, what was going on with the body with all of this time? What were they doing with the body? Where was the body? You know, did they just leave it in the morgue? Was it just sitting there? What were they planning? What were they trying to do? And remember, when a body's released, this means that they got to do something with the body. I mean, are you really going to keep the body on ice yourself? Something is very suspicious. Okay, I want to add something here. What's up? I hope I'm saying Gowden Huggins. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. All right. Wayfia's creation has a point. Okay, and I try to include as many points as I can from the live chat. I want you all to feel like you have a place here and a voice here, as long as it's not disrespectful and it's nothing, crazy or trolling or anything like that. That's another conversation. But she says, why did it take I'm assuming 3 weeks to have his funeral? His case was open shut. Again, so that brings me to another point. His case was open shut. Let's start adding things up, and you'll see why I titled this live stream the way that I did. So the police and legal investigations were supposedly done. There was no questions to this, right? Supposedly. The body was already done. All the examinations was done and the body was released. So if there were no investigations being done and the body was being released, why did this private funeral take so long? What was going on that it took so long? You also have to keep in mind, you can add Ellen DeGeneres into the mix of this, okay? So we got Allison Holker, but let's also add Ellen. After all, they were working together, Twitch was on her show, et cetera, et cetera. They supposedly close. Ellen supposedly shed some tears for him. There was a lot of power to facilitate this process. And I mentioned this in a previous video. Why have we not seen a body? This was previously. Okay, there was a lot of rumors about what happened, a lot of backtracking. First, Twitch left the house. Then Twitch took an Uber. Then all this stuff. They say his body was found clean. Then they say his body was found bloody. At first, it was no suicide note. Yes, I said the S word. Then there was a deletion note. You see what I'm saying? And this keeps going on. And it's because of people like myself that posed a lot of questions And I told you all, I personally got contacted by some actual celebrities related to my videos. And I put that on the screen, and I showed some things. I mean, some things are not, it's just not worth showing. But the point that I'm making is I know they saw my video, at least. And I would assume if they saw my video, then I would think they have seen at least one or two other videos that are pushing a similar narrative. And I question, what are they doing with the body? Why are they waiting? Okay. And generally they wait because they're trying to come up with a narrative that's either A or B, they're hoping that we just forget about it and drop it. Okay. There was so much information and so much questions that I raised, that other people raised, that you all have. It doesn't sit right. It doesn't make sense. And we've pointed out so many things. It's just ridiculous. So now, here we are, finally, 3 weeks later. We finally, quote unquote, have this private viewing. Don't y'all think this is very suspicious? Nikki T was like, yeah, no one heard the gunshot. Exactly. Sergeant King says no crime scene tape, no pictures, no nothing. See, again, here's another red flag. Generally, when it's a sacrifice, first of all, they're gonna get caught slipping. Let me tell you how they're gonna get caught slipping. The narrative is gonna change up. When as soon as something is reported, y'all, I need y'all to pay attention. Because if any of us start pressing for answers and we start having questions and people start putting out content, then they know people are looking and people are thinking. They be looking in the chat, they be paying attention, like, uh-oh, we got to change up the narrative. So they try to change up the narrative to refute what we're saying in the videos, or to invalidate or disclaim, the things that we're bringing up and the questions that we have, or they try to provide an answer, right? That's what they tried to do. Okay. Everything was just done right off the rip. I'm gonna bring up another point here before I get back into the no crime scene tape, no pictures, no nothing. If the case was so open and closed extremely quickly, right? Then the body was released extremely quickly. How come we didn't have a service extremely quickly? And people's excuse was, oh, they're grieving. Again, if someone is truly grieving, the faster they move past the funeral service, is the faster they can get some type of strength and ability to take that next step forward to getting back to the life that they once knew prior to a person being deleted, as best as they can. No press. Again, no. Okay, I'm going to rewind a little bit from what Sergeant King said. I'm going to rewind a little bit back. No guests besides him in a week. Okay. Sergeant King, he said his mother is too quiet. I already told y'all the suspects is Allison Holker. Okay, who stands to benefit here right off the bat? That's in his immediate circle, Twitch's circle. Allison Holker, obviously his wife, his mom, Miss Connie, and also his brother, as well as Ellen. All of them in this immediate circle stands to benefit. And with the suspected down low things with Twitch, it is what it is. We're not here to attack the man. If that's what he was about, that's what he was on, it is what it is. And I showed you all footage and evidence about how no masculine, heterosexual, straight man will behave that way, especially publicly. I showed y'all that, and I showed y'all the footage, some of which I had to actually go back, and bits and pieces of it I might have had to cut out to avoid copyright issues, but I've showed y'all that, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. Now, I'm saying that because if he was about that life, there could be some type of connection with Columbus Short. And I told y'all, when it comes to people in this industry, and many people have spoken out about this, this will blow your top off, but because it's satanic, Okay, nobody wants to believe that. They want to believe the deception. Remember, Lucifer, morning star. I'm about to educate y'all real quick. Lucifer, morning star. Morning star. The morning star is like the sunrise. It shines bright. It looks good. It illuminates everything. Remember, Lucifer's nickname is the angel of light. Okay, the angel of light. So a lot of people see these stars. Why do you think celebrities are called stars? I told you I'm about to educate y'all real quick. It's 2023 and we don't have any time to waste. Y'all see people dropping like flies? We have no time to waste. 2023. Let's go. Why they say let go. That's why they call them stars, because they want people to idolize and break the 10 commandments and worship these people. And it's very symbolic of how Lucifer Morningstar saw himself. I'm saying this because this industry is satanic. All these folks are satanic. And when you move up to a point, you have to pay a price. We saw Stephen, Twitch boss, throw up the hand signs. What are the hand signs? Okay. Stuff like this and stuff like this. Now, I'm only doing that just so that y'all can see what the hand signs look like. There's a couple of other things that go on, but they're pictures of him like that. I'm not going to take the time and put that up. The point that I'm making is he was connected with people like that. And if he was secretly on the DL, there could be a connection with Columbus Short, because after all, 95 to 98% of people in the industry are either bi or they're one way, and y'all would be surprised. They can have husbands, they can have wives, have husbands, have kids. None of this stuff matters. We're talking about demonic, satanic stuff. I'm saying all of this for a reason. Now, not only is it disrespectful, let me back up for a second. The wife, Miss Allison Holker, to properly, if she really was grieving, as I mentioned, to help her properly grieve, you need to lay that body to rest so that she can lay that to rest and get out of that stasis. Same thing with the mom, Miss Connie. Same thing with anyone close, even with the general public. Okay. Now, on another note, it's disrespectful to someone's body when an investigation is done. Okay. The legality aspects are done. That's very disrespectful to keep a body waiting. You're just keeping a body out. That's disrespectful to that individual or those individuals that need to be buried or properly closed out. As the saying goes, rest in peace, right? Well, how is that individual going to get to rest in peace if their body's still stuck somewhere? So what was going on? What was going on all this time? And I guarantee you, they had no intention of mentioning anything about a funeral. Private or public or private, cremation. And now, remember, I covered this in my other live streams. If y'all haven't seen it, by all means, go back and watch it. I told y'all there was fake cremation reports. And I pulled up that fromthegrave.com. And it showed that Twitch had a cremation. It was a bunch of... So, actually, I'm going to use that. Let's say he actually was cremated. So, what is really going on? This is why I said in the title, is this the official funeral? Or was he cremated? You know, after all, people was going off saying, oh, it was a private service and his body was cremated. And then you go to fromthegrave.com and you see some memorial ID and some cremation records. What's up, a lady soldier? Greetings to you too. So think about it. Was his body cremated? This is a private funeral. So is this really his body? We may never know. There's a lot of answers we don't know. We're assuming. We're forced and placed in a position to assume, well, they're having a private funeral, so I guess his body. How do we know it's his body? Yep, Tosh 911. That's the devil's name. Lucifer Morningstar, the angel of light. That was his name before he got casted out of heaven. Him and 1/3 of the angels. So, is this really a funeral service? Or are they telling us this is a funeral service just to close this out? Here's the thing. You can have a plot, you can have a tombstone, but is it really his body? Because after all this time, where was his body? I would even play into the fact that some people thought that he really wasn't deleted. He just came up missing. Just still a lot of questions for someone that was so public. And I understand the privacy, but it was like last minute. Like this information basically came out. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, we already had. Did y'all catch that? It came out like, oh, we already had. That's how it came out. Oh, we already had it. Yeah. We done. Now that it's over with, or that's what we said, we can go ahead and tell y'all. Because, it happened today, supposedly today in the afternoon. That's when it supposedly happened. This is just... I'm just reading this article. I want to show y'all something here because it's so suspect to me. It's so suspect. I'm just not. Y'all, there's still. Here's the thing. Why is there so many unanswered questions with this case? See, here's another thing. Ritual. Funeral, this is kind of odd. Exactly. Is it just me? Okay, answer this in the chat. Does anybody here in the chat that's watching and listening to this video? You can put a 3 in the chat. I'm gonna change it up. Put a 3 in the chat if you still have unanswered questions and something seems fishy about this whole entire deal, even up to this supposed funeral process. I'm seeing 3s. I'm seeing, oh wow, I'm seeing we the 3 gang right now. You know what? Let me put my 3 in it. I just got to throw my 3 up in there too, because it's not making sense. It's odd. It's like they receive so much social media pressure that it's like, okay, well, what can we do? What can we do? We got to play the part. Well, let's just say we had a funeral, because then if we had a funeral, then his body's laid to rest, and then we won't talk about him. See, even they know that after his body is laid to rest, that we're supposedly moving on. Y'all see how they do that? Y'all see how they do that? You got me, Rhiannon Rose. Now you know why I use number 3. I want y'all to see that there is a... Let's see. Let's do this. I'm gonna pull up a video for y'all, okay? This is just ridiculous. And I want to show y'all something. I want to see if I'm gonna catch this, okay? I want to see if any of y'all will catch this. I will pause it. I will run it back, but I want to see if you're gonna pay attention. Let's see if we can add whatever. We'll just full screen it. All right, I'm gonna turn the music off because I want to see if y'all can catch this, okay? All right, let go. I'm gonna run it back. Now there's something here around 1:43 I want y'all to hear. I'm gonna run it back, but
a game show and a variety show.
We just kind of groove, and it comes together.
For now, Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss. A source told E!
Wait, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? It's funny too, because it jumped right to the part that I wasn't even trying to play. I want y'all to listen to something.
Their children. On top of a home renovation series, the two were also reportedly exploring a dance competition, a game show, and a variety show.
We just kind of groove and it comes together.
For now,
Gary,
Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss. A source
did y'all
told
hear that?
ET that now Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss. A source told For now, Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss.
Did y'all hear that? I see Brian King called it. He said boom boom. Did y'all hear that? Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss. My wife actually caught this. She caught this. Why would she be grieving Twitch's loss? What is up with that wordplay? Shouldn't she be grieving the loss of Twitch? Do you see how that's backwards? And that's how the devil works. Things are backwards. See, a lady soldier, it doesn't make sense. Wait a minute. You're out. So his wife is grieving Twitch's loss. So what did Twitch lose? Do you get it? He lost his soul. He was sacrificed. That's what she's grieving after. Not because, oh, my husband's gone. You know how little kids cry like that, like when little kids been crying. I'm going to play it one more time. I want y'all to listen to it. See, all the clues are always right in front of us, but they be hoping that people like me, people like you all, don't catch it. Here we go again.
And a variety show.
We just kind of groove and it comes together.
For now, Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss.
It comes together.
For now, Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss. A source told ET that the pro dancer is beside herself and
I don't even want to hear about her because I've covered this and she's so suspect. Someone asked, I know this video was the video that has been out like since day one. So this video from ET, from Entertainment Tonight, the article right here, you're going to see it says today because this is the breaking news when they said we're going to have a funeral. But this video is the video that they've had out for I don't know how long, like basically since everything happened. So this was out, what, 14, 15, 16, ever since Allison made her statement, her first initial statement about privacy and, you know, oh, save the last dance. Like ever since that came out, that's when this video came out. See, like y'all are catching this. Like, there's a lot that goes on here, and I just want to point this out. You see, Kitty Loves Wheat says, good catch. Exactly. And Mary, you said what I was going to say earlier. So what is evil spelled backwards? Live. What did God tell us? God gave us life so we can enjoy all things. What does it mean when you have life to enjoy all things? That means you living, right? Live, L-I-V-E. But what does the devil want? What does this satanic, evil, ritualistic industry want? They want EVIL. They want to reverse that. They want to take your soul. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world, but lose your soul? So all of this is set up. This funeral, I'm not buying it. It's like the more and more I examine this, I don't know about you all, but the more and more I examine this and look at every bit of information that they put out, every time I look at it, it's like you see something new and you get more and more, especially when we come together. And now they're up here talking about, this private funeral. They're playing up, oh, please respect my privacy. Remember, that was the narrative that they was pushing in the beginning. But yet, we just heard that ET is reporting that Allison said, okay? Allison, this is what Allison said. That she is grieving Twitch's loss. Who says that? And I want to go even further, even as an official news outlet, a media outlet, why would they even spin the words like that? If that was a typo, if that was a mistake in words, because, you know, after all, she is grieving Please remember, she's grieving brainwaves. You're being insensitive. She's grieving. Don't you think, as a professional media outlet, that they would correct the wording? I mean, after all, they choose to show footage that they want to show and cut out and do whatever. Don't you think they would have said that Allison is grieving the loss of Twitch, not Twitch boss's loss? Tiff says, do you think we're that stupid, or that they don't really care? They actually think both, Tiff. They think we're that stupid and we don't care. And you know what, to be honest with you, I hate to say this, but the sheeple, okay, the sheeple really are, I hate to say it, they that asleep. See, we woke around here, you know what I'm saying? You see my title, Spiritual Master. You know what I'm saying? Let me put myself back on the screen. All right, y'all see my title. Okay, if y'all ask me based upon my spiritual gifts and me reading into this, I don't think that I don't think that his body's there. I think they're saying this. They can even put a fake body in there. They can put a blow-up doll for all we know. I mean, it wouldn't be any different than all these previous clickbait videos. And once you put the body in the ground, none of us will truly know unless we were to dig up the body, and you know they're going to guard that thing. So you know you're going to get the clank, them cuffs going to get put on you, or you might get deleted yourself trying to figure out if that's really his body. It just sounds like they just want to bring and the mom is look, okay, all of them are fitting the narrative. Okay, again, the glove fit. OJ, tell me the glove don't fit. The mama's in on it. How many times, like, I've been telling y'all and showing y'all information how the people closest to you are the ones that knock you off. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that, about Jeremy Renner. Y'all know Hawkeye? Oh yeah, we're gonna be rolling to that stream in just a second. The people closest to your own family. It's very symbolic back in the Old Testament where Abraham, do y'all remember the Old Testament? Who remotely understands the Bible? So back in the Old Testament, Abraham, okay, waited 70, 80, 90, 100, whatever years to have his own flesh and blood, to have a child with his wife Sarah, right? How many of y'all remember that, okay? And yes, he had another child. He didn't think that he could have a child. He had a child basically with concubine to help. I don't want to really get into that part because that's not a part of the story. But he had a biological child between him and Sarah. That child, Isaac, was born. And God wanted to see Abraham's loyalty. Did he love God more, the giver, or did he love the gift more, Isaac? So God wanted Abraham to sacrifice his child. Hold up, come on. Right when he was coming down, God said, stop. And he knew at that point in time that Abraham's heart was loyal to God, okay? And that your descendants will be as numerous as the stars, and that's why most of us are here. All right, to make a long story short. Well, the devil has based upon that same model, taking what God has created and flipping it around. Remember, you got to flip it around. So this time, instead of sparing someone, you got to follow through with family. And this has been going on for a long time. So for people to think that the family wouldn't be in on it, they're the main ones that are in on it. Allison Hoker, Miss Connie, I suspect his brother. I broke this down in other videos. And now we're having a so-called private funeral after we were getting cremation announcements. So, was he cremated? What is it? Was he cremated? Or is he actually having a private funeral? Like, what is it? And then you wait 3 weeks Who does that? The only time you wait 3 weeks to have something done with his body or with a person's body, if you poor and you don't have any money, you don't have money to have a funeral. You don't have money to get a body cremated. You don't have an insurance policy. Allison got money. Twitch got money. His mama got money. Okay, Ellen definitely got money. If it's just off of them alone. Yeah, B. Smith, you saw it. You probably saw, if you saw my video, B. Smith says, look who was sitting in the audience when the generous, who she is, wanted to give him some flowers. Exactly. And the brother was sitting there looking all like, yeah, I'm so happy. Yeah, he about to get his payout. And then you see Twitch sitting up there on stage looking like, man, this is my last run. This is it. That's why I titled this, is this the official private funeral? Was this? Y'all, this is, you know what? It's one thing, it's bad enough to sacrifice your own family members. But to do this, do y'all remember Aliens? Y'all remember Aliens, the second one with the Marines with Sigourney Weaver? Throw up a 1 if y'all remember the movie Aliens. I'm saying this for a point. Who remembers that movie? Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen, so many people on there. Jeanette Goldstein. Just drop a 1 in the chat if you remember the movie Aliens. Okay, I got two ones already. Do y'all remember the med bay scene, basically right before the aliens cut the power? Cut the power, man. How can they cut the power, man? They're animals. And I can't really do the Hudson voice like I want to, because some of the things that I do, I've been yelling a lot. Like, I have to get people's attention and a whole lot of things. So my voice, when I hit certain octaves, it kind of goes out. But nonetheless, right before the med bay scene, y'all remember where Bert set up Sigourney Weaver, Ripley, and Newt, okay? The girl, Rebecca, to lock the doors and take the gun and sit on the outside so that a face hugger can jump on them and they can take an egg back. So remember, Ripley was saying, he can make up whatever story he wants. Jettison the bodies of all the Marines and then sneak, because the egg is inside of Newt and Ripley, sneak them past quarantine. And she said a point. She said, you know what? I don't know which species is worse. This is what Sigourney Weaver said. I don't know what species is worse. You don't see them, meaning the aliens, effing each other over for a GD percentage. I'm not going to say the actual words because I'm going to keep it PG. I said that to say it's bad enough that your own family members will sacrifice you. But what's even worse is even when you are no longer here, you still can't even get the respect. And they just take your body and just... It's crazy. Now, I want to say this. I see Kathy. I'm so sorry that you've had this experience. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I lost my sister the same day that Twitch was no longer with us. I want to make a point that I brought up a bunch of times, Kathy. I see you say that you waited a month. Now, I want to say this. Kathy, are you a celebrity? Okay, and we want to use the word delete going forward, Kathy, okay? If anyone just joining me, please say oft, past, deleted, something similar. But I'm making a point here, okay? Kathy, are you a celebrity? Are you a public figure? Are you a high influencer? And I'm so sorry that you had this experience. But I want to say this for a point, because some people might be looking at this and say, well, hey, she said that they waited a month. I want to make a point. Stephen Twitch boss, Allison. But most importantly, we're talking about Stephen Twitch boss. He is a celebrity. He is a public figure. From the very beginning of what happened to him all the way through up to now, there's been nothing but questions that do not make sense. Nothing but questions. And I've heard a lot of people say the same thing when it comes to privacy. Oh, well, give them privacy. And I've spoken about how we lose. The more known we are, the more in the public we are, the more we lose our privacy. Okay? Our privacy, our anonymous aspects dwindle depending on how more public aspects we have. And so when you are a public figure, you lose that freedom. Celebrities say it all the time. Oh, I can't just go in the store. I can't just go here, go there. Paparazzi, everybody checking for me. You lose that. Okay? I'm saying this for a reason. Let me make sure, because I'm seeing some weird. Okay, I was seeing some weird glitchy things. Okay. So when you're a public figure, and people are asking, okay, here's the thing. If this was supposed to be completely private, I'm going to give y'all another layer that doesn't make sense. If all of this was supposed to be so private, then why did we get a police announcement that the body is done and this is what happened and this is what took place and we're here and we're there? Do you see what I'm saying? The fact that this information is being put out means there's no privacy. And if Miss Allison Holker really was about that private life, if his mama, Miss Connie, was really about that private life, then none of this information would have been out. They would have been fighting for privacy. After all, Miss Allison Holker, his wife, put out the article like, oh, I want privacy at this time. And even if things did get leaked or get put out, they would be literally fighting tooth and nail, saying, leave me alone. They would be distraught. I've covered these things so many times. And I see Marla. What's up, Marla, man? Agency, she says TMZ would still find a way to get pics. Yeah, so even on that note, somebody would get some type of pics. We would at least see a picture. We would at least see proof that they actually went to a funeral. I want to say I thought I saw something on TV, but I should have hit record, but I wasn't thinking about it because it actually caught me off guard. I wasn't even planning on covering this tonight, and I was like, oh, they came out with something, so let me cover it. But I'm gonna go back to what Charles said, and actually let me back up real quick. I want to say what Golden said privacy don't exist no more. It's everywhere on social media and mainstream media. Exactly. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my point. Charles is saying they only talked about a private funeral because the public start asking about his funeral. He's like, where's his body? Where's his funeral? What's going on? They seen social media. Best believe they be checking for social media. I've been contacted by some celebrities related to this situation. So they know, they watching, and he's like, we got to come up with a narrative because the block is hot, Lil Wayne. The block is hot. The block is hot. Hot. The block is too hot. So they got to cool it down. So this is the narrative to cool it down. Well, we had our private funeral. All right, not only can we move on, but they can move on. And really, you can see the energy. They're really frustrated and perturbed that we're still talking about this. Y'all, I still got other people and justice for a lot of people. I ain't even forgot about Shanquella. I still got to go back, and there's so many people that have left us, and even people in the past. While I'm on this subject, very quickly, for those of you that are here, if there's anyone that you want me to look into and cover, please let me know. Leave it in the comment section. I won't say put it here on the live chat because it might get buried and I might not remember exactly when it was to see it. But, just leave it in the comment section or perhaps contact me. And if I have the time, especially if I get more than one person or it is someone I'm planning on covering anyway, I'll try my best to go back and cover it. But apparently, they just keep letting people drop like flies. I'm going to say this. You want to know it's a false flag. Do you want to know if it's a sacrifice? The story is not going to make sense. And then the narrative is going to start changing up out of the gate. And they always use this, we don't know, or I don't suspect this, okay? I mean, I seen a point here that I want to go back and put up here. What's up, Shayla? So Shayla says they stated they will have a public memorial later on, didn't give a date. Okay, here's what I'm saying. At this point, they're having their private funeral, which they're entitled to. I'm not saying they're not entitled to have a private funeral. But you know, even when you have a private funeral, if a private funeral is being held in a public place, somebody's still gonna see some pictures. Like somebody said earlier, TMZ gonna get something. Like there is no private funeral and nobody can't see nothing. You got drones, you got all types of stuff. Somebody gonna get wind of something and see something. You might not be able to see the body. You might not necessarily be able to tell, but you're gonna at least see, oh, they going in there. This is what's going on. Somebody gonna see something. In this day and age with technology and skill set, somebody gonna see something. You might not be invited to it now. You can't come in. They'll toss a hater out if you try to come in, but somebody gonna see something. The point that I'm making is, by the time they show us a quote unquote public memorial, right? Because, you know, after this private service that's already taken place, you know, we can see it. We can quote unquote see the memorial, but we didn't see the body. Do you see what I'm trying to say? You know how hard, you want to know one of the main ways that people put closure? They see a body. Unless it's just too traumatic for them to see a body or they don't want to. But that's often why we have open casket funerals. Like, what would be the purpose of an open casket funeral? Regardless of whether a person chooses to have a closed casket, cremation, private, whatever. What is the purpose of an open casket funeral? It allows that individual or those individuals to pay their last respects with that person, to actually officially say, okay, I see that they're no longer with me. They've been deleted. I see it. It might be just destroy me to even see it, but I see it. Or even if I choose not to look at it, I know it's official. I know it's official. We haven't seen anything or heard anything. And it's only because we've been pressing them. Do y'all remember my videos where I called and I said, I call on you, Miss Allison. I call on you, Miss Connie. Please answer the call of action. I guess this is them answering that call. It just seems suspect that they waited 3 weeks later, and 3 is a powerful number. It's a spiritual number. Why did they wait 3 weeks later? Y'all see what I'm saying? Why didn't they do it in 2 weeks or 1 week? Why didn't they wait 4 weeks? Why didn't they wait until next week? Why got to be exactly 3 weeks? Because everything is a ritual with them. This is what I'm trying to point out, and this is what I want you all to see. Everything is a ritual. Wait exactly 3 weeks. Then we can come out and do another ritual with this. See, y'all don't understand. There's a lot of things going on right now. Friday, we got another full moon in Cancer. Okay, see, I'm going to bring y'all that astrology. I know all that stuff. They capitalize on these full moons. See, a lot of y'all don't know about that stuff. And it doesn't mean that you have to know, but I'm aware of this spiritually. I'm a spiritual master. So there's a lot of energies, like the timing of them releasing it is not a mistake. They're releasing it on this day. It's not a mistake. Why share the news with us on the 4th? It's so close to tapping into that moon energy and so much more, so that they can do a private ritual. I mean, a private funeral. Because we already proved that he's been sacrificed, deleted. And that was a ritual. And this whole thing has been a ritual. And that's what I'm trying to get you all to see from a spiritual perspective. Yes, bring facts, bring information, but look at what's going on spiritually. It's so much more to this. Yeah. Charles said same thing. They don't want us to ask about Gangsta Boo. Shanquella it just fell on deaf ears. I ain't had time to talk about so many people. Don West and Barbara Walters. I mean, it's too many people. I can't even wrap my head around it. Did you ever think about Don West being the wrestling reporter, the wrestling caster? And then you got Barbara Walters, you know, the OG in the game as far as TV journalism. See, they doing stuff in pairs now. That's why in a minute, when I get up off of this stream, I'm immediately coming back on to talk about Ken Block, RIP, and Jeremy Renner, aka Hawkeye, almost didn't make it. And when everybody think it's an accident. Yeah, look at what, see, this, I got a doctor in the building. How you doing, Dr. Deanne Torregano? I got Dr. Deanne Torregano in the building. Look at what she says. She says grief brings closure, and you cannot have closure without a funeral or memorial service. Exactly. I have a doctor in the building, y'all. Okay? So this woman has some validity to what she's saying. That's my point. If Miss Allison and Miss Connie was truly after closure, you know, that was the narrative. I got it. Just leave me alone. I'm trying to get through this. That's the narrative while we get through this. So if you're really trying to get through this, I'm just saying, it's something just, I don't know. I just got a text message about, let me see if I can show you this picture, y'all. I don't know what, okay. Somebody just sent this picture to me. Okay, this is Ellen. It looked like she's doing a ritual. Okay, I haven't had time to check it out, but I thought I would just show you since I was talking about all of them. Everything they do is a ritual. Everything they do is a ritual. And they don't want us to talk about this and find out what's going on. They want us to just accept the narrative that they give us. Y'all know Damar Hamlin, okay, with the Buffalo Bills, the safety with the Buffalo Bills. I know y'all heard the story about him dropping. I covered some information. I asked some tough questions about that. Questions that I have not heard one person on the internet yet ask. I have not heard one YouTube channel, one article, one blogger. Nobody's asked these tough questions that I asked in that video. That was a hit. That was a planned sacrifice. And the player, I heard some information. I don't know how true it's not. I haven't had a chance to follow up on it, but supposedly the player that hit him might have had a motive. Someone shared about, supposedly he got the jab. Y'all know what the jab is. Y'all know COVID. I don't want to say the V word, but y'all know what I'm saying? We're going to say the jab. Suppose he had got the jab. I showed that information, that video. Someone, I asked him, I said, show me proof that he actually got the jab and we want to talk about it. And then someone showed me a tweet about it. And then I stabbed the information in that video. Someone showed me the tweet. So then I went from a doctor, and this was on December 26th, because you know that's what people say. We get the jab, next thing you know, you get deleted, right? Your heart gives out, right? That's to say the protein break down your heart, right? That's what they say. That's what they say, right? Then I went to that doctor's Twitter. The page don't even exist. Okay, and the lady who shared the article, you know, she apologized, and it wasn't about that. But I try to tell y'all, we can't believe everything that they're telling us and putting out. But we can look at what they're telling us and what they put out for clues. And that's what I'm seeing here. And even when I went back to play that part, did y'all hear that part? Let me put this back on the screen. Okay, I don't think some of y'all actually heard what was said here. Okay, I don't think some of y'all heard what was said. I want y'all to listen to this. Okay, this is crazy.
For now, Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss.
We just kind of groove and it just comes together.
For now, Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss.
One more time.
it comes together.
For now, Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss. A source told.
Why would Allison be grieving Twitch's loss? What did Twitch lose? Do y'all see what I'm saying? And I went over this, how a major media outlet would not make that type of mistake. Even if she came to them. Y'all, I understand how journalism, TV, I told y'all I've been there and done that as far as industry stuff. I know how this stuff works. I know people that's been there and done that, or they actually are there. I could put a call or send a tweet or send a message, and I can have some TV reporters and news people talking about some stuff right now. I know how this stuff works. I know how this stuff works, y'all. What loss? What did Twitch lose? Allison is grieving Twitch's loss. The story should have went that Allison is grieving the loss of Twitch, her husband. That's how it should say. Allison is grieving the loss of Twitch, her husband. Instead, Allison is grieving. Y'all, I can't, man. I can't. This is just one more time for the road. One more time for the road.
Variety show.
We just kind of groove and it comes together.
For now, Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss.
Allison is grieving Twitch's devastating loss. What devastating thing did Twitch lose? He lost his soul because he was sacrificed. Y'all see what I'm saying? That's what she's grieving about. That's what she's grieving about. Yeah, y'all see this? Y'all see this, the fake deletions. We're not going to use the D word. Let's use deletions for the D word, y'all. Okay, just to make it. See, here's another thing. Look at what's up, GC? It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Look at what GC said, y'all. See, y'all be putting this together even more than I do. GC says none of his dance buddies attended, not even Ellen. See, let me tell y'all how this is a false flag. This is a fake funeral. That's why I said they said it's an official funeral, or is it? We got no whereabouts, no word. I mean, so Ellen wasn't family? I mean, Ellen couldn't be invited to this? Not only this, let's just say Ellen, so Ellen's not actually Twitch's family, right? Let's take Ellen out of this, right? Let's say it literally was just his family. Let's say that it was just his family, right? Then how come we don't have any knowledge of their whereabouts? This should be easy information to verify certain people's whereabouts. Like I was saying, it's just too much like, stay out of this. We're going to shut the case. We don't want nobody investigating. We don't want nobody talking about it. Stay out of this. They went all this time, and I guarantee if it wasn't for my video, as well as perhaps one or two or three or four or five, however many content creators' videos about the funeral. Now, I was the main one. I know I was the first and only main one, and I think I still am the only one who put out a video talking about where's the body? Where is the body? People might have mentioned it in the video, but I put it in the title. It's in the thumbnail. Where is the body? The whole time we've been saying, what happened to this man's body? This man supposedly walked out of his house, walked to a hotel or took an Uber, and then supposedly the police got his body and the coroners and all of that. And after that, his body was released. Once his body was released, if all of that was even true in the first place, where is his body? Where was his body? What is going on? There's a lot of unanswered questions. Everybody's quiet. His brother said nothing on his social media. No rest in peace. No, I miss my bro. Here's a last dance scene. Here's a picture of us together. Silence. Crickets. You don't even hear crickets. And then, for those of you who don't know, I I did the spiritual thing. I mean, it is what it is. I'm gifted like that. So I tapped in there, and it just, I'm not buying this. See, look at this. Look at this. Let me put this on the screen. Let me get the music back going while we're here. Geraldine says, even if I have to take a helicopter and go over where the funeral is being done to get a picture. Exactly. You mean tell me nobody got no drone footage? All these drones, all this technology. Not one person found at least a picture. Y'all know everything is leaked on the internet. There is no such thing as privacy. Nobody's seen nothing. And I get, the respect of privacy, but the point that I'm making is it's not adding up. And I told y'all about the full moon that's in Cancer on Friday. For those of y'all that think that paying attention to the full moon is demonic or satanic, in Luke, in the New Testament, the Bible does tell us to pay attention to signs and wonders. And part of those signs and wonders are the stars. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't think y'all. I don't think y'all understand. Okay, I don't think y'all really get me. So I'm gonna have to show y'all something real quick. Cause see, a lot of people be thinking that, oh, that stuff's demonic and this and that. I was like, no, you don't understand what's really going on. Okay, so I'm about to put something on the screen real quick for y'all, so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. Because I want people to be educated and to understand that there's clues and we got to pay attention to everything. And I do mean everything. All right, so we got it right here. Here we go, verse 25. Actually, let me just start right here. Actually, I'm going to read the whole thing. It says, Jerusalem will be trampled on by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles are fulfilled. So the Gentiles are these Satanists, these people doing these ritualistic, satanic, demonic stuff. They would be considered the Gentiles. Now, verse 25 here says, there will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. Okay, and then it also says on the earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea. Sound like a hurricane to me. Now, I'm not really here to give y'all a full-fledged Bible lesson, but I'm just trying to break some stuff down. People are like, what do you mean you're talking about full moon? I don't. You need to be paying attention to what's going on because it's signs and wonders. And there is clues on why they decided to go ahead and tap into this ritual funeral service, private funeral service. Like everything they do is private. Like this case is private. Like they want privacy. Do y'all see the pattern of being so private? But you a public figure, but no, I don't want nobody to know anything, but you putting public information out about this. If it was truly private, it would be, ain't nothing getting out. So-and-so got deleted. It's completely private. We ain't saying nothing. It would, I don't even feel like breaking it down. I just don't even feel like breaking it down any more than that. Y'all, I don't know. Something's up with this. This is look. Oh, yeah, Delta. See, that was another thing. I pointed that out about Hamlet earlier. Number 3. Yeah, y'all see it. Y'all saying ritual, Masonic sacrifice. Look, Marla said it's a tiger moon too. See, y'all be knowing them. See, y'all know what I'm talking about. And then here's another thing. This is a point I brought up earlier. Ruby Red said, what if he's not deleted? What if his body, or why wasn't his body shown being taken out of the room in a motel he stayed in? Too many unanswered questions. So even if we went with that narrative, yes. Now, I've done spiritual sessions. Other people have done spiritual sessions, whether you believe in it, whether you care about it, whether you think it's right or not. And we got communication. And unfortunately, this man is no longer with us. That I'm sure of, because this was a sacrifice. And when they sacrifice you, that's it. You gone. Because they harness your body, harness your blood, harness your soul, harness your career, your money, your assets, whatever you did. But even if he was, let's just say it wasn't a sacrifice, where is the body? This is what I've been saying all the time. This is what I said in that last video that I said, where is the body? And we still don't get a body. And then by the time they open it up to the public, we don't know. He's in the ground, like I said. So how we know it's actually him? It could be anybody. So for those of you who don't know, I put it was Spiritual Genie. I put up the picture that she texted me. That's what I showed y'all. And then look at that picture again with Ellen. Wait, what is this? Oh, let me turn that off before I get a... Hold on, y'all. I sometimes people be sending me stuff during the stream, and I get all types of things here. All right, this is the picture that Spiritual Genie sent that I put up on the screen. You see, it's like Aunt Ellen. It looked like some type of ritual or something. This is all they do, and y'all be thinking this is art and it's cool. I don't know whose video or what it is, but this does look very ritualistic. Whatever this is. This is all these people do. And that's why we haven't seen anything, and they don't want us to talk about it and do, because this is what they do. Yeah, somebody, even Ruby Red said we could have seen a body bag or something. Like, sheesh. Will do. I'll definitely check it. See, y'all be knowing. Look, Gona said that Dixie Carter gave Don West up. Probably so. See, I got to go back and look at him, but they keep hitting this like one after the next, after the next, after the next, after the next. This is crazy, y'all. This is just... Wow, look at what Delta said. Year of Skull and Bones. More rituals. More rituals. Yep, B. Smith, you're right. Same thing. Yeah, the owners of Chuck E. Cheese's. I didn't get to cover him. I know about him. I saw him. All this, it's like we haven't missed a beat. Someone every day of this year has come up deleted. Exactly. Y'all all raising points. Roberta says, why no blood found in the bathroom floor, where he said he deleted himself in the head? I mean, I'm just saying, first they say it was clean, then they say it was bloody. Again, no note. Then all of a sudden a note show up. It's like, why y'all keep changing the narrative? But I thought this case was just open and closed. If it was open and closed, everything should have been laid out. See, they got to change the narrative because they know we're on to them. That's just crazy. This is just absolutely crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Y'all, I'm very suspect on this. I don't know if anything else is gonna I don't know if anything else is gonna come out. But all I gotta say, I'm looking at your comments. Oh, thank you, Boss Lady, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, look, see, this is why we need to, Luke 21:25. We need to pay attention to these signs and wonders. So there's a full moon Friday. People can capitalize on this full moon energy 3 to 5 days before and 3 to 5 days after. So you see what she's saying. Usually during the full moon, there's more deletions and more disasters. Y'all know we had the cyclone on the West Coast over there by California, flooding, tearing up stuff through the Midwest and all the way over here to the East Coast, even where I'm at, had these crazy storms and tornadoes. See? Right along with the moon stuff, but people think that stuff is crazy or evil. It's a lot going on. A lot going on. And we're in a Mercury in retrograde right now. So it's definitely turn up time. So, y'all, I think it's pretty clear here. It still looks suspect. That's why I put it out like that. I'll continue as much as I can to do some Twitch information. We're not going to leave any stone unturned, so to speak, when it comes to this. And I'm going to say what Kathy said. She says everything will be revealed in God's time. Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a close. I got to go ahead and hurry up and roll into the Ken Block and the Jeremy Renner stream. So for those of you here, I'm literally going to close this stream out and jump right back in on that one. Okay. And there's just some things I want to point out for you all to see. Okay. Again, if there's people you want me to cover, just put it in the chat or message me. I'm not here in the live chat. Put it in the comment section so that way I can see it and hopefully I get a chance to cover that person or those people later. There's so many people I have to go back and cover, but this clearly does not make sense. And I wanted to be one of the first to report this to you all and show you all how it still looks suspect. See, a lot of energy is going on. Y'all see it. Storms, hurricanes, tornadoes are all spiritual. Exactly. What's up with Juggling Mom? So, I don't even, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But someone's got to expose what they're doing so we understand and we compete game for future reference. Because obviously they not missing a beat. They say the devil never sleeps. I'm just saying. So y'all, if you're not following with me, you might as well go ahead and do it either way. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. If you would like to book a personal appointment with me, again, phone, video chat, video recording, in person in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I do consulting, life coaching, spiritual master. I do a whole host of things. Just look in the description box of this live stream. Every live stream, every video up on this channel. You can click on the About tab, or more simply, just go to brainwaves.com. All right. I'm going to roll right into the live stream that I told you all. So we're going to follow up with this, but I'm telling you, it still looks suspect. And when it looked like a duck, walk like a duck, as they say, quack like a duck, it is a duck. So on that note, y'all, thank y'all for watching, for listening. For those of you who are here, it's so wonderful to see all the new people here. I see a couple of new faces and new names. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to immediately roll into another live stream, again, about Ken Block and Jeremy Renner. Those of you should definitely know who Jeremy Renner is. Okay, that's Hawkeye from the Avengers. That's all I need to say. And Ken Block was a hoonigan race car driver, and he did a couple of other things. So I'm going to roll right into that. If y'all want me to cover anything, again, like I said, just let me know in the comment section or message me, and I'll try my best to do so. Let me get out of here. I'm coming right back, literally, with that story. So until then, which will be just in a second, I'm going to send you all away right now with love, with blessings, and with love.